July 20, 2022, Daily Bread. Passage, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 29 through verse 40. Key verse 29. Title, By Faith They Saw God's Great Work. By faith the people passed through the Red Sea as on dry land, but when the Egyptians tried to do so, they were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell, after the army had marched around them for 7 days. By faith, the prostitute Rahab, because she welcomed the spies, was not killed with those who were disobedient. And what more shall I say? I do not have time to tell about Gideon, Barak, Samson, and Jephthah, about David and Samuel and the prophets. Through faith conquered kingdoms, administered justice, and gained what was promised, who shut the mouths of lions, quenched the fury of the flames, and escaped the edge of the sword, whose weakness was turned to strength, and who became powerful in battle and routed foreign armies. Women received back their dead, raised to life again. There were others who were tortured, refusing to be released, so that they might gain an even better resurrection. Some faced jeers and flogging, and even chains and imprisonment. They were put to death by stoning. They were sawed in two. They were killed by the sword. They went about in sheepskins and goatskins, destitute, persecuted, and mistreated. The world was not worthy of them. They wandered in deserts and mountains, living in caves and in holes in the ground. They were all commended for their faith, yet none of them received what had been promised. Since God had planned something better for us, so that only together with us would they be made perfect. Daily Bread Message. The Israelites crossed the Red Sea as on dry land by faith. They also saw the great walls of Jericho fall down when they obeyed God and walked around the city for a week. As a Gentile woman, Rahab helped the Israelite spies by faith in God. She and her family avoided perishing with the rest of the city. There are many other people of faith the author could not mention by name. They were judges, kings, and prophets. They accomplished great things. They saw the great work of God when they kept their faith in God and obeyed His words. The victories they received in the world were answers to their prayer and assurance of God's faithfulness. However, ultimately, their hope was in God's kingdom and the promise of eternal life. None of them received what was promised to them while living in the world, but they found the strength to persevere through the world's persecution by faith. God found their faith commendable. What God had planned for them was something that they had never imagined. It was completed through the Messiah, who carried out the salvation plan. Prayer. Father, I find my strength to overcome obstacles of the world when I come to you. Please help me to be strengthened by you today and fight a good spiritual battle. One word: overcome the world by faith.